In this video, we're going to be talking about Roman numerals, which is found in section 4.2 of your textbook. So what are Roman numerals? Roman numerals is a numerical system using specific letters to represent digits rather than numbers. It is a base 10 system. What that means is that we can do a direct translation between the Hindu-Arabic system and the Roman numeral system. The symbol that represents 10 in the Roman numerals is just the same value as 10. Now, Roman numerals are present in our society. We can see them as Super Bowl numbers, we can see them as copyright dates, and we can also see them on clocks and watch faces to show numbers. This is a comprehensive chart to show the symbols that are used to portray or convey the numbers in our Hindu-Arabic system. Really, you only need this one right here. As long as we have these base symbols and then we remember the rules that associate with the values of 4 and 9 in each place value, we can then write any number that we want in Roman numerals that we can write in Hindu-Arabic. What we're going to do now is we're going to practice that. So let's go ahead and convert Roman numerals to Hindu-Arabic. We have to remember the symbols. You can always refer to the chart for this. We need to figure out what each letter represents. From the chart, we'll find that C relates to 100, L relates to 50, X relates to 10, and I equals 1, and V equals 5. You might be wondering why the 1 is before the 5. This is what we see as the subtraction aspect. We're essentially doing 1 less than 5, which in this case would be 4. So the combination of IV is 4. So let's break it up. C is the only value that's in the hundreds place. So this C is going to be 1. However, 50 and 10 is both in the 10 spot. So we're going to put all those together. We're going to put L together with the two X's. So we have 50 plus another 10 plus another 10, which gives us 70. Just like we talked about here, this IV together in that particular order represents the ones place. So what we have is 4. So CLXXIV is the same number as 174. Let's go ahead and break down this next number. The M's all represent thousands. So what we have here, since we have 3 M's, we essentially have 3,000. If M is 1,000, then M is 3,000. Now we have CD. Remember that C is 100. Well, D is 500. Since C is less than the D 500, we're actually subtracting. So CD put together is actually 400. So now we have 3,000 and 400. So CD put together is 400 because it's 1 less, or it's 100 less than 500. XL. Now we know that from the previous example that L is 50 and X is 10, but notice the order. See how there is X is before the L? What that means then is that we have to subtract the 10 from the L. So instead of being 50 or 60, it was actually 40. So XL in this case is 40. So now we have 3,440, and then of course we have the last digits here, which is the 3 I's. And each I represents 1. So we get 4,000 or 3,443. So MMMCDXLIII is 3,443. Now let's go backwards. Let's suppose we're given the Hindu-Arabic symbols and we want to translate that into Roman numeral. So we have the 400. So remember, anytime there's a 4 or a 9, we have to do the subtraction part. So we know that C represents 100, and we know that D represents 500. So to represent 400, we have to write C and then D. Now 60, well, we know that L is 50, and we know that X is 10. We have to put it in order. So because we're going 60, we're doing 10 more than L. We're going to write L first and then the X. Now 5, from our previous chart, we know that V represents 5. So all we have to do is put the V there. So CDLXV is 465. Let's look at 1931. So we have the 1 in the front. Now that's going to be our M for the thousands. Now 900. Instead of doing a D and then 4 C's, we're going to do it simplifying by subtracting that 100 from the 1,000. So C is at 100, and we're doing less 100 of the 1,000, which together combined gives us that 900. So this together is 900. So now we need to do the 31. Well, we're just going to have to do X, X, X for the 30, and then another lonely 1, because remember that I represents 1. So here we have our 1931. A lot of times you'll see at the end of movie credits, usually we'll have the Roman numeral aspect of the copyright date rather than Hindu Arabic. Be interesting to see is why they chose to do Roman numerals for that instead of Hindu Arabic. That's it.